is just to stay healthy and to try and do what we can, because it doesn't take a whole lot to try and ensure that our tissues are healthy, to live a fulfilling, healthy life. I think that's really my key desire, is to help inspire people to pursue that.
That's wonderful. Now, do you have any final thoughts or a story, or you mentioned your own experience with getting work done in your 30s? Anything that would help any listeners sort of move forward with their own dental work?
Well, I'd like to share just a couple of things, Nick, if I may. They're very short stories, but they're very significant. I just had a patient the other day, and he had a serious industrial accident, and he unfortunately lost an arm, and several other parts of his body were injured. And he sat down in the chair, and he just looked at me. He said, Norm, he said, if there's anything I'd want to have back, I'll give up my arm, I'll give up anything, but I'd just like to have my teeth back, because it just impacted me so much. And I really thought, wow, I felt so sorry for him sitting there with one arm, but yet he was more focused on his mouth, and it really caught me off guard, and it really made me really realize what a significant part of our overall well-being our mouths and our teeth actually are. And then I'd just like to say one thing which is very personal, but it really has impacted me, obviously, in a very significant way. And a couple of years ago, my wife passed away, and she was just going to the Red Cross to give blood, and she was just trying to be kind. And when they took the sample of her blood, they said, it's a bit anemic, why don't you get it checked out? And 3 months later, she had passed away, completely out of the blue. There was absolutely no warning. And it was devastating. And then when I went to the doctor during the time that she was in the hospital, under all this great care, I said to the doctor, is there anything we can do? Is there anything we can take her? I was willing to do anything for her. And he looked at me, and he was a little bit firm, and he said to me, he says, Norm, he said, at the end of the day, nature always humiliates us. And when he said that, I was almost angry, and I drove home, and I was just really upset, and I thought, is that the best you can do to console and comfort somebody who's losing his wife? But as I went on, I recognized what he said was actually very, very true. My wife had 16 different caregivers trying to support her. She had the best technology. She had the best hospital care, the best medicine, and yet she still passed away. Nature ultimately humiliates us. And what I'm trying to say is that, we have to be respectful of the biology and the way that we've been created and developed. And if we can take good care of that while we have the opportunity, there is a good chance that we can improve the quality of our lives for a long time. And so I use this story as a motivation and as a legacy to my wife, and I try to share that with as many people as possible to really help them understand it's not about the fancy technology, it's not about the fancy equipment, it's not about, the fancy white teeth and all the things that we can do. It's about truly being respectful of nature, of biology, and then working with it in a way that enhances its effectiveness so that we can live these fulfilling lives.
Well, that's a beautiful message out of a tragedy. I'm sorry to hear about that, but it's great that you're able to sort of share this message with other people through your work at your clinic and through this podcast. Unfortunately, we are out of time. You can reach Dr. Ickert at www.ickertdentalimplants.com. That's ickertdentalimplants.com. And you can always reach his office by telephone at 604-881-1381 or call them toll-free at 1-866-931-1981. And Dr. Ickert, thanks so much.
Thank you very much for having me on, Nick. It's been a pleasure.
Thanks for listening. At Ickert Dental Implant Center, we are committed to providing you with the very best in modern and advanced dentistry. If you would like more information about dental implants and our extensive range of specialized dentistry services, please call us today at 866-981-1381. That's 866-981-1381. Or visit us on our website at www.ickertdentalimplants.com.
Local stories, local voices. We're localwebradio.fm.